This is going to be a good one. So, like these TV boxes, they're altar devices. They're in everybody's home. They're black screens. They're two-way doors slash mirrors slash scrying screens. If you didn't know. The shirt I'm wearing, everything I just put on, I comb my hair to get into coherence. Because some lady once upon a time told me, Snickle Fritz, if you just comb your hair, the world would just be so much more easy for you. She later stole my identity and I had to get access of it back before he was banned forever from the place called Down the River. There's a little trailer RV park, a guy who looks like the Maha Kohan. See image of Maha Kohan with the fucking towel head. That's the guy. You know what happens when you show that guy a picture of that guy? It's something. It has an effect. So who finds out that shit like that? Me. What dumbass shows that guy that and does an experiment? I'm that dumbass. From that point of view, I bring back treasures. They're not always the types that you can have in your hand and hold. And sometimes in the time of war, like now, they're the only treasures you could receive in art, war, gift, magic sort of ways. I'm about to cook my breakfast. Yes, I comb my hair and I don this robe and shirt. But it's this most fabulous combination of things that I want to draw the attention to. See, the fish hook here, it's like this message was sent to me by the ladies that I love and that also are also loving me back by still attending and letting me continue to be friends in a lot of cases. There is no lady that will have love, sweet love with me. Currently, that's being fought for at war. That's okay. That'll be the first thing they'll isolate you from. You tell yourself, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest so I can get her done. Then you have to look inside. Well, baby, ladies, let me two-eye look at you. The ones around me that I can tell the truth to, let me tell you, circle of fucking quarantine one puts yourself in. All you got to do is say, hey, I have more a leaning towards being a sexual addict. This plays out in my marriage relationship all the way out. She's alive, survives, takes everything as one shows mercy and doesn't give mercy back. Hey, so we have to get past that too. Oh well. Boo-hoo. Moving through. Now I'm in my kitchen, which is a highly vectored, potentiated realm. For what? Shit. Behold. These are not just images. This is the next to be plugged in. This pig is currently, could be any old pigs. For I am not a snitch, nor I am not a cop. I do not want to defund the police. I want to exchange this defend self part of the mind process that I do it. I will shoot the enemy if he comes into my way. I will punch back, but I'm very much from a more Gandhi sort of non-aggressive stance of protest. Am I a protester? No, I'm participating in an action. Now, mind you, the little cactus I had to get under threat of lightning strike. There it is. It's in the cup. That's not a fucking coincidence. The yellow thing, none of that is fucking without reasoning. It's not random. It's not without its meaning. That pig with blood on its back. Yeah, I'm thinking cops, but I also like pork and pigs, and I'm quite fond of them. And if I didn't see, continuing on, apparently the rearrangement of the videos per the timing and all that shit is slightly out of whack. I can't get enough fucking video space to record without being interrupted rudely by my device. Now I am still snotting from one side, blowing it out, maybe forever till I'm dead. I don't know. If you think it's COVID, I think it's related. I'm just using it as a tool to change the consciousness of myself and others. Absolutely. That seems to be the greater gift. Yes, and it does require every bit you got. Now here's a small example. Now this is going to be strange, but I'm going to tell you what was on the TV in there. I don't like walking into TV when it's shooting me in the face with programming like I just got shot in the face with. What am I looking at? One side I've got a fucking weird anchor guy from All Daily Day. You know, he blends in perfectly. He's on the left side. Right side, let me tell you who I see. Aleister Crowley. How so? Oh, it's fucking it's Mrs. Bush. Granddaughter Bush is now in the Laura Bush. Well, you got Laura Eisenhower, who I adore, and I can actually say that I have a personal connection to through a Laura. Sorry, with a child I haven't met. Oops. Feel like a piece of shit, and I'm still trying to cohere. Yeah, real shit. But Laura Bush, or whatever, Aleister Crowley's face is on the screen. The moment I call it out, that woman said magic. With a K? I heard it with a K, don't worry. You think I don't have to fucking know the difference between and the evils that are brought upon the world when? Yeah, I do, very well. But what I do about it was what I'm doing right now about it is more of that coherent and field and to share. Shareable. You want a shareable experience? You want a shareable body? You want to be shareable. You want your message to be shareable? You want it to also be viral and have an effect. This is where I'm working at. I mean hard. Fucking to the grindstone. Now, what's the deal with the COVID? Let me tell you about the COVID. I ain't a damn bit worried about us not getting through this COVID. Why? It's a cytotoxin generated by the conditions of the 5G that they're installing with federations of help. Now, I don't even normally listen to channeling, but let me tell you about being a holotropic mind. When I listen, and it's very key on when I listen and when I know the truth that I already have knowing of. That here recently I listened to the cosmic agency perspective of, and I listened. I took my time and listened. Their vantage point from being above the earth and looking down upon it had already been affected and fucked with by their ability to want to help and now not participate at programs. Who's running the programs? Well, the New World Order is basically off-world beings trying to inhabit humans they've always inhabited. Some of that's not going to change. The free human that doesn't get killed off and can inhabit and implode their own soul body with their own human spirit, the person, the God spark sent out and given the gift to be an individual, is still there and useful to every single person. And each one a fucking gem diamond of the most rarest kind and value that it's beyond ability to comprehend. You piece of human shit are an actual diamond. You haven't realized this yet, or maybe you're not making the proper use of it as a cutting tool. It's not my business to say, but it's my business to pray. And I pray upon the fool, I prey upon the weak, I prey upon the disenchanted soul, only in as much as I gather that essence and I redirect it back to its source and away from the hands of the liar, murderer, killer, thiever, called devil, that I can be my own personal self, so I have to deal with that way. Now, is that a strange thing? I don't think it's anything but going to be a daily thing. This is where I'm at in my daily process. I'm about to cook a fucking breakfast of grilled cheese sandwich. There are 10 big-ass baby birds over here. 10. Now, if they hadn't been potentially the 10 armies of Mara, and they were, They are now at least, thank you, sir. I'm going to put a subscription link to my channel in your box, Mr. Garden of Truth, regarding the bloodlines. I think he's onto something. I do. And I try to hear what he says. And when he says mean mouth, listen to what he says there. Because the mean mouths are those beings. They inhabit over humans. They overlay them. And they're trying to conduct business as usual. Some of you people may remember who you are or have been, because you've been walked into and through and identify. That's strange, but we are in a new, strange, brand new world, at least from my perspective, because I penetrated through, got to the other side. I got my verifiers. I got people and channels and things that I love that give me thumbs up to tell me that's the case. In yesterday's case, it was Dan Winters. And Dan Winters brought a fucking lady, counselor, who, when my attention locked in, her words came out. When my attention went away, she stumbled but was trying to find them, because she's a drug counselor and for trauma. And he knows. Now, there is a very much unacceptable part of my personal self that I have to put in this fucking ante. And all in, mind you. So it's very sort of strange, but it's very sort of the thing to do. Now, that's the strange and God's honest truth. Big G, capital little G. Hey, I'm not going to get into that. It's not my part. It's not my boat, baby. Now, and then I need to dwell in that future. I had to request permission for space. I did it into the form of 2 texts. And let me tell you something. When you don't get a response back from somebody that you're willing to be, I'm going to flip the script right now on the whole whoring oneself out in spiritual means. Ladies, this is Gigolo Jones. And I'm free right now. And no, there's no takers. And then why I put myself in the ante against prostitution as such? Because I have love in my heart. And I maybe had a personal experience with somebody who may have been put in a position that had to sell themselves. Maybe by their family, maybe by the bloodlines. I'm not going to get into that either, because that is above my pay grade. But let me tell you, the issues to deal with are in the daily process still. And I sent a very much picture of a loved wife that I married, bore kids with, and she took them away. I sent it to her mother, who was actually her aunt, because her daddy murdered her mom. Accidentally. Yes, this is a real event that happens. I marry a girl, and she had a dad who actually, not that Mr. Wilson was in, there is some Mr. Wilson involved, but her daddy shot her mom. It was New Year's Eve. Somebody came over flirting with her, being a drunk asshole as he was in the time. He was going to fix that sumbitch, goes to get his gun, boom, discharges, shoots, kills mother of 4. That's who I married. The baby of those. She's the baby. Baby. And do you think I'm not trying with the full force of my fucking soul, trying to get some recovery for her soul shards? Absolutely. She's been absentee for a long time, but she has actually came and walked upon this land around the yard and stuff like that. And then I had a little bit of time with her. And, maybe I interfered by trying to talk to her boyfriend, still even having sex with her. Yes, I'm always going to have sex with that girl. That's probably why she has to be kept away from me, because we will have sex. We will want to. She's not afraid to say that. That's the problem with that ability of what we know to be true. And we have always known that we are 2 parts of one whole, and it burns the world. I don't know how we were so well equipped to know that, but we damn sure did. She also knew and was quite keen and aware. It took me still to this day to pull back veils. Some things and some for vantage points that are still very useful to me in the war that I very much already won. Strange. True. Pharaoh. Now, why is Pharaoh needing to dismiss Hadad in the Bible? Hadad says, I'd like to go back to my own country. He means ships. You know, you can read that. If you want to take a personal look at our history and how it's been fucked up, consider consider, if you will, the Crusades. Orion Crusaders and the Crusades. Think about it. Those basilicas and cathedrals that they put up, they connect to those stars where these beings are from. It's not a coincidence. It's done skillfully, artfully, and by purpose. Basilica, basilisk, reptile. That's all I'm going to say. Like, subs, share, infect with love the futures. Or bomb them with your words from the ship. Use your word like a gun and bomb with every fucking word, a shareable word, the shores that we're going to take. Because that's the boat I live on today. And personally, in this time of transit, it will remain in a boat fashion, as seen from airship. I can show you. The actual airship has the flag, seen as Jesus with the flag, even on paintings I watched. Why does he have this flag? Well, it's, you know, you can find out or you can remain in the dark. But this is the time of the awakening. And we are able to wake those we care about, or let them die.